From soldier to board gamer to YouTuber, this is Board Game Officer. Welcome back. Today we're doing another playthrough of Dante Inferno. We are doing Circle 3 Gluttony Chronicle phase here. So we will go through here. Once again, this is a sponsored playthrough, and this is a prototype, so take that for what it's worth. Everything is not final version, and let's go ahead and jump on into the prologue. You descend through sandstone formations towards the third circle. As if by magic, the environment transforms as soon as you cross from one circle of the Inferno to the other. Here, heavy clouds hang on the ceiling of cavernous Bolgia as if by a miracle. A thick rain falls like hail and snow, but it is not crystal clear. Shades of brown take over the view. A stuffy air composes the environment, where the petrichor competes with the sloggy stench. Here, those who, in life, abuse food, drink, and similar vices wallow in the mud. Dante introduces you to the Circle of the Gluttons. We will now prepare all these cards, which I already have, which you can kind of see off on the side of the board there. We will place region card 27, Sludgy Canyon, in position A2. So we'll take that and place that right there. And we shall place the caravan token, which once again we are using the Shadow Knight here from Chronicles of Drunagor, but it works. And inspect it. Sludgy Canyon. The descent ends in a quagmire, as empty as a cemetery. The poet expects to see round bodies rolling around in the mud. The absence of this terrifying scene leaves him more apprehensive than relieved. Something is wrong, he talks to himself. This is the hunting ground of Cerberus, the three-headed hound. Here he guards the passage, tormenting the poor souls with his bark, claws, and teeth. This place should not be like this, but filled with damned souls and screams of pain. The last sentence leaves you questioning whether this change is really that bad. However, disturbing traces that the outlaw finds corroborate the gravity of this situation. Flayed corpse and broken armor beyond measure suggest the beast fought against the order. It seems like, unlike Achilles, your good boy did not want to negotiate with the knights. Could he be dead? The rebel follows the trail of destruction, trying to understand what happened. Unlikely, Dante wanted to say, impossible, but what you have seen to this point makes him think twice. Demons are immortal. Even though the invaders severely wounded Cerberus, he will rise again. This may take time. He may be injured, but never dead. Thoughtful, you continue the investigation. Place the region card 28 Sodden Lands in position B2, advance the caravan to it, and inspect it. So we'll place number 28, Sodden Lands, advance the caravan to it, and inspect it. Ahead, you come to a valley where the ground is firm, or almost. The scene of the massacre extends to these parts. The red stains and pools of blood on the ground make the view even more terrible. The final battle must have taken place here. By the heavens, how many idiots does this order have? The devotee walks among the casualties, shocked, covering her face with her hand. The toll the Meridian took with 1/8 of the knights, and I counted more than 100 bodies in the Pass of Welling. Assessed an army's strength is part of the Condottiro's task. I would say they came with little more than 1,000 fighting men. The conversation is interrupted by the unexpected blast of a war trumpet. Less than 100 yards away, a battalion of 50 bloated damned souls finish climbing a hill. Breathing heavily, sweat runs down their temples. The gluttons wear armor of different eras and nations, but a single flag is raised, bearing an unmistakable coat of arms, the golden horde of Kublai Khan. Despite their out-of-shape appearance, these men serve in one of the most fearsome armies ever to exist. Shouting, they charge towards you. Alright, Cerberus is missing, and a battalion of rebellious gluttons roam the circle randomly. As a team, choose one option and proceed to its resolution. Well, I feel like if they're scattered or out, running is not going to do much. So we're going to hold the perimeter and fight the gluttons. 28 Alpha. Hold the perimeter and fight the gluttons. The way you look at each other reveals the choice you make silently and in a split second. You will stand and fight, convinced that you can guarantee your victory. A typical mistake. The gluttons advance madly, one after another, but the first dozen are no match for your technical superiority and fall to the ground one by one, grunting in pain. However, one misstep is all it takes. A thrust from the mercenary pierces the belly of a glutton, causing him to stumble. The rebel behind him then trips, dragging 2 or 3 others to the ground, creating a rolling pandemonium that quickly engulfs them by the dozen. Powerless against the avalanche, you are overwhelmed until you succumb to unconsciousness, your last impression being the chaotic blur of bellies, screams, and mud passing before your eyes as they close. I'm just imagining like all these bowling balls, and that sound of all the pins busting. Each champion rolls 2 combat dice, inflicting damage on themselves equal to the number of hits they obtained. Oh man. Fumbles do not count as damage. However, champions who take 2 of them suffer a wound. Oh man. And reset the vigor back to 6 and then place the card. So let's go ahead and roll for each one of these right now. All right. So we have Caden here. We'll roll. Oh, and he takes 2 damage. 1, 2. Not too bad though. Could be worse. Let's see how Sophia does here. Also 2 wounds. 1, 2. All right. All right. Let's go Gaddisa here. Also 2 wounds. And Annabelle here. Oh, only 1 wound. Okay, that actually could have been way worse. That was not too bad. All right, now place the region card 30, Prison of the Gluttonous, in position Charlie 2. Number 30 in Charlie 2. Advance the caravan to it and then inspect it. Sorry, I thought I pushed that. So we have 30 in Charlie 2 and advance the caravan to it and inspect it. Finally, you awaken. Your heads hurt like they're going to explode, but other problems are more important. You have been taken prisoners and find yourself in a dark tent, your hands and feet tied. What the devil was that? The outlaw is in disbelief. Were we really defeated by a snowball of plump damned souls? This is madness. A feeling you all share. Do not worry. I will get us out of here. The artist untangles the knots. Your captors do not bother to watch you, though the sound of idle chat echoes outside. The wanderer does not take long to fulfill her promise, and soon you are all free. Her skills are memorable, but she cannot summon things out of thin air, and you still need to find your belongings. Unarmed, you sneak out the back, and you see a sea of tents. Sooner or later, the damned will discover the escaped, but you do not intend to be here when that happens. Each champion takes the weapon and relic cards that they are wielding and place them in a separate space close to the board. Consider that they were confiscated. So we have done that. We've taken away. Those 2 are trait cards. Therefore, they're traits, not relics or weapons. So we left them. Now place region card 33, the settlement of the rebels, in position Charlie 3. So we'll take 33, place it in Charlie 3, the Mongol settlement. Advance the caravan to it and inspect it. Tiptoeing, you sneak through the tents of all colors and flags. Gluttons from different nations have built this settlement, and who knows its purpose. Luckily for you, the damned souls wander around and they do not seem to be concerned with patrolling. Their faces look tired. From time to time they lean on whatever they can to catch their breath, as if the efforts of walking is taking a toll on them. Hiding from them is easy. Now that you are here, where should you start looking for Dante? The glutton's lethargy gives you the opportunity to investigate the settlement. Take the numbered path cards from 09 to 12 and place them on this region face up. From now on, whenever you inspect this region as a team, take a card and proceed to its resolution. You inspected this region when you placed this card on the board and advance the caravan here, so choose the first path. All right, so we will take 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we have investigate the 10th of the plateau, investigate common areas, search for the prisoners, or investigate the foul pits. You know, the first thing that we're going to do, well, no, wait, we don't have our equipment. So I'm going to investigate the tents. I'm going to investigate the tents hoping that something's in there. This says the largest and most luxurious tents on the plateau just above the commons area. What do they hide? I'm hoping, cross my arms, cross my fingers that our weapons are there, which that is 33 Alpha. Investigate the tent on the plateau. Not even in the Inferno are souls free from the social order. The tents on the plateau are larger and more vibrant, as if they belong to the nobility, despite the fact that such conventions seem out of place. Peeking into some of them, you discover a different universe, as if an entire dimension were contained within the worn-out canopy. Masonry walls, cozy interiors with fireplaces, or even gardens. Miraculously, there is room for everything. Dante is right to fear this new power the damned have. One of these environments, luxurious, particularly bothers the outlaw. These bastards have squandered their wealth so far. They certainly will not mind making a donation or 2 to our cause. He steals the piece of jewelry displayed in the large hall, and the rest of you do not even consider stopping him. A single glutton, sitting on the head of the table, eats and licks his lips, completely nonchalant. He is absorbed in the true pleasure he had in life, and pays no attention to the strange guests who come and go from his little paradise. Some people do not care at all about low folks. Each champion draws one finding card. Remember, they can't use them during the Chronicle phase. Inspect this region again. Oh, yes. So if you've watched any of my playthroughs before, finding cards can be, I want to say game breaking, but game saving. In my last one, it definitely saved me. So that is actually pretty darn sweet. It's not weapons. I was hoping to get our weapons back. However, it is definitely something that I'm okay with getting. So we will go with Caden first here. Caden got Mark of Indolence. As free action, discard this card to remove a Sin card from your hand and draw a maneuver card. Companion champions receive recall 1 instead. Awesome. So that will be super nice for Caden, actually. We'll go with Sophia here. Sophia got Water of the Sticks. As a free action, discard this card to receive Invigorate 2 and remove a Sin card from your hand. Awesome. That is actually great for both of them because both of them can receive a lot of Sin cards here. Now we're going to do Gaddisa, Waters of Cocytus. As a free action, discard this card to receive Expiate 1. Companions receive Restore 1 instead. Alright, I will take that. We'll put that on Gaddisa. And last here we have Annabelle, Waters of a Chiron. As a free action, discard this card to receive Invigorate 6. Okay, I am also okay with that. We can switch that around during the Chronicle or Confrontation phase, so if anybody else gets down, we can switch that up. I am very okay with what just happened. Alright, now we will inspect this region again. So I'm going to try to investigate the foul pits. If our weapons were in the nicest place, maybe they're in the worst place. Could any place be more disgusting than those filthiest place in all creation? One's waste is gold for others. That is 33 Delta. The rotten smell leads you to the pits where gluttons here throw all kinds of waste. Damned souls still resigned, wallow in the puddles next to the corpse of knights. Most of them float asleep, while others, awake, gather on the banks, madly gathering portions of mud. Oh, for heaven's sake, let us go! The poet is not here. The devotee covers her mouth and snows, but the effort is useless. The stinky miasma penetrates your skin and your body succumbs to fever and nausea, forcing you to struggle to refrain from vomiting. Okay, the caravan endures an ordeal of willpower, of difficulty 13. Champions that have a willpower token roll 2 extra dice during the attribute roll step. How in the world would we have a willpower token? We haven't even done any of them yet. Maybe we got past them. I don't know. So everyone will just do the norm. Willpower. Willpower is the blue one here. So once again, we'll start here with Caden. The blue one, he has 1, and he got 1. Sophia has 2, and she got 2. Gaddisa here has 1, and got 2. And Annabelle here actually has, there you go, now you can see a little better. Annabelle here has 3. So we'll roll 3 for her. Oh, and she got 5. So all together right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we all have the same amount of health. Whoops, I messed that up. So what do I need? I need 13. I already have 10. So I just need 3 more. So we'll have Gaddisa. Actually, we'll have all of them roll 1 more, just to make sure we really get it. So we have Caden that rolled 2. We have Sophia that rolled nothing. We have Gaddisa that rolled nothing. And Annabelle that rolled 2. All right. So that's actually a good thing because we got 14, right? Just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That is a success. Success. Only the ones who have never been to the circle would say that gluttony is not such a severe transgression. The filth of no place you have been on earth, no matter how disgusting, compares to this. Clinging to your last shred of determination, you overcome despair and hold yourself together. The toll is taken, and you sweat as if you had just endured a week of illness. However, standing firm, you notice a patrol of gluttons arriving to dump another corpse, and you quickly step aside. A fortuitous coincidence, given that you will be able to loot the deceased knight who still carries the possessions of his body. The gluttons only know how to value vile mud. Their caravan takes the Heavy Gauntlets treasure card. As a relic, consider your attributes, all 3 of them, 1 point higher whenever you make an attribute test. Ordeals do not count. Additionally, whenever you succeed on one of these tests, you receive Inspire 1. Whenever you make an attribute test, I have yet to do an attribute test. Ordeals do not count. So it's not during ordeals, just when making an attribute test. I wonder if that will be something during this one, or if I'm missing something. Anyways, so we have the heavy gauntlets here. The champion who rolled the most hits receive 1 willpower token. If the path card 13 is not in this region, place it there. Otherwise, just proceed to the next instruction and inspect this region. All right, so Annabelle definitely is the one that did that, so she will get 1 willpower token, which once again is if it's a normal champion, you get to play your card on top of a maneuver card. Here, basically, you get to do an action a second time. However, we will add card number 13, which says leave the settlement. So that's basically our way out, which we definitely don't want to do that yet. We have investigate the commons or search for prisoners. Let's investigate the common area. This says paths between tents and bonfires are crowded with glens. Can you find out what is happening by listening to the conversation? Ooh, so we're going to be a little bit of a peeping Tom here. Number 10, which is 33 Bravo. Silent as ever, you wander through the muddy passage in search of clues about the poet's whereabouts, taking cover behind tents whenever you spotted a glen. They seem distracted and more interested in chatting than looking for intruders. I'm telling you, it is true. I saw it too. I was submerged in the same bog as that Khan, a few yards from Cerberus. That man with the weird helmet raised his spear, said something, and that was it. The beast lowered its 3 heads as if it were a pet. 2 damned souls whisper. Intrigued, you look at each other, wondering what to do, but chance had other plans. Your stomach growls, and a sudden pain grips your insides, causing you to fall to your knees. Punishment spares no one. It also affects the mind, distorting perception. Is mud really that bad? What? Inflict 2 damage to each champion. Right now they're all at 3. So they're all going to go down to 1 health? Oh man. The champion with the fewest figure points endures an ordeal of willpower of difficulty 7. If 2 or more champions are tied as a team, choose one of them. What? 7? This is impossible. Yeah, we're going to fail this. There's no way to get past this. Yeah, there's no way to get past this. Because Annabelle, that has 3 dice, if she rolled 2s, that's still only 6. And I can't take anything without taking a wound. So I'm not even going to roll. We're just going to decide we're going to have Gaddis to take the wound because he's got the Waters of Cocytus, which, if you remember, as a free action, companion champion to receive restore 1, meaning he gets to restore that wound anyways. So they all go down to 1, which I'm sure we're going to have multiple wounds here with them all down to 1 already. And we do fail because Gaddis can only roll 1, and yeah, 1's not going to do it. So failure. The swill is repulsive, but the weakest among you takes it to the mouth without even thinking. As you suspected, once the mixture went down your throats, your stomach immediately began to prepare to expel their content. Impressed, all you can do is watch, unsure whether you are more concerned about the poor fellow's health or the noise he is making. Eventually, the brave champion's body gives out and he can no longer hold back his vomit, creating a repulsive spectacle that attracts the attention of the patrol of gluttons. Fighting is useless, but you have another option. The Khan wants to talk. The champion suffers a wound. Place region card 34, the Khan's tent in position Charlie 4. Advance the caravan to it and then inspect it. So we'll take this and we'll place a wound on him, which we'll get rid of that middle one there. We'll put that wound there. And then number 34 into C4, the Khan's tent. And we'll advance the caravan to it and inspect the Khan's tent. All right. If we have to make an ordeal here, we're really dead. The Khan's tent. Shackled, you are carried to the largest of the tents, adorned with flags and oriental tapestries. Kublai, the infamous Mongol emperor and leader of this band, rebuilt his universe with simplicity, perhaps just to oppose the reports of the opulence of his court. That explains a lot. The Khan listens to the whole story. Most of the damned do not really know what is happening, but he is not one of them. Running his fingers on his long beard, he has something to say. I do not have your poet, but I know that the knights do not have him either, for they no longer have any power here. With attention eased, the host signals for the guards to release you. He will not keep you imprisoned. After all, you are allies. Some power prevented Cerberus from accompanying them to the lower circles, and as soon as the army moved on, Apicius and Vitellius, 2 Romans, proceeded to abducting the wounded monster. They have conjured a large arena to the northwest and have been capturing anyone who crosses their path ever since. I do not know what they are planning, but it is going to be big. With a misunderstanding cleared up, the Emperor escorts you to the exit of his modest command center and points out the 2 paths leading from the settlement. The plot has been revealed and it is time to move on. Place region card 35, the Swamp of Descent, in position C5, and 36 place of the gluttonous in position B5. The caravan recovers all cards that were confiscated, if any, and assigns them back to the champions. From here, you can follow 2 different paths. As a team, choose an option and proceed to its resolution. So we'll place 35, the Swamp of Descent, in possession Charlie 5, and 36, Palace of the Gluttonous, in B5. So basically we can choose head north towards the Romans or head east towards the Quagmires. Oh man, Palace of the Gluttonous or Swamp. Well, I don't want to go to a swamp because the last nasty thing we went to was not a good thing. So let's go to the Palace of Gluttonous, which is head north to the Romans, 34 Alpha. Alone again, you continue your search for the Florentine guide through the mud and snow, exploring the puddles while reflecting on your latest discoveries. If Kublai was telling the truth, the poet was probably captured by the Romans and by now must have been taken to the great arena. Your next destination, if nothing stops you along the way. Place the caravan to 36 Palace of the Gluttons and then inspect it. Alright, we'll head north to the Palace of the Gluttonous and inspect it. You arrive at the great hall of a palace whose Roman architectures contrasts with the surrounding quagmires, just a few yards away. Tables are set everywhere. It is preparation for a Greek banquet. Swill is not served here. On the contrary, the dishes are made with the finest delicacies from the ancient world. Were it not for the voracious and disgusting behaviors of the guests, knights and damned souls who sit as equals, you would not even say that this is Inferno. What is the meaning of this? You were supposed to be caged. The host, a man taller than the mercenary and at least twice his height, inquires with his mouth full and his greasy fingers. He is Vitellius, the one who was emperor for only 8 months and spent such a fortune on banquets that he was immortalized by history, an infamous glutton. Vitellius is intrigued and willing to talk. Take the numbered path cards 14 to 17 and place them on this region, face up, and now whenever this region, take a card and then proceed to it. So here we have 14 through 17 here. We have ask if he kidnapped Dante, ask if he joined the order, ask about Cerberus, or leave the feast and move forward. Let's go ahead and ask him about Dante here, number 1436 Alpha. Dante? What use would I have for a poet? Vitellius laughs, acting cynical. He recognizes the name, even though they have not met before. I am only joking. My men took the Florentine to the arena, he points out, unconcerned about revealing the plot. You should go too. The greatest feast is being prepared there, all the guests fighting to feed on each other. The true bacchanal. His eyes reflect madness. The former emperor is a broken figure, and you do not know whether to just abandon him or attack him. But you need to decide quickly. Resisting the myriad of aromas of this place is torture for the soul. Each champion receives Invigorate 2. Yes! Alright, that is what we needed. I mean, they're still not great. Oh, and Gaddis is back up to 6, so he'll actually go up to 8, because he went to 6 after taking that wound. Proceed to resolution 36, Echo. Roasted pheasants with fine herb sauce, beef carpaccio, ill served on skewers, fish and cheese of all types, all paired with wine of at least 3 different vintages and places. You avoid flirting with the feast, but your eyes betray you and you are flooded by desire. Almost without realizing it, you head to your seat. Oh man, alright. The caravan endures an ordeal of willpower of difficulty 9. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, so let's do willpower once again, which makes sense because willpower is, the opposite of gluttony. So let's start here with Caden with his 1. Oh, that rolled off the board, but that was 2, I promise. Sophia has 2. Ooh, and she only got 1. Oh, that one. Not there. Gaddisa only has 1 here, and he got 1. And then not Sophia. Sophia already went. Annabelle here does have 3. Oh yeah, man. Annabelle's getting it, man. So all together we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No way. We got it exactly. We don't have to take any damage there to reroll. We did it. All right, success. Resisting the smells and flavors, you regain consciousness before touching the food. Delicious, Your host teases you as he notices you struggle. Come, do not be shy, take a bite. He sounds like the devil himself. The champion who rolled the most hits received 1 willpower token. Well, we all know who that is. As she just rolled 5, so she will get her 2nd willpower token, which actually is amazing. All right, and inspect this region again. Okay. This time we are going to ask him about Cerberus. You can read that. There you go. We're going to ask him about Cerberus. When you visit Emperor Vitellius's banquet, you ask about the whereabouts of Cerberus. 36 Charlie. What is it? Have you lost your pet? Or worry not. Oh, worry not. The hound rests and you will not catch him before the spectacle I am sponsoring starts. The host scoffs, thinking he is talking to knights. The beast skinned us, bit us, and sank us into the mud, and we felt that such punishment was deserved. However, after your leader broke the hound, I saw the truth. The punishments here are what we accept them to be. I regret that our alliance has been dissolved, but I have my own ambitions for this place. It is nothing personal. The monster has been kidnapped, just like Dante. Yes! Each champion receives Invigorate 2. So we will come back here, gain 2 more, gain 2 more. Gaddis is up all the way and gain 2 more. Alright. I feel much better about life. I cannot believe that we're all at 1 health and we only got 1 wound. Loving it. And then proceed to resolution 36 echo again. So basically after each one that we pick, we have to resist the banquet. So I'm not going to read that again. We're just going to go ahead and endure an ordeal of willpower of difficulty 9. Now, once again, this is an ordeal so that those boots don't help us at all. So we'll just reroll all these. So Caden here gets 2. Sophia here gets 2. Gaddisa here gets 1. And Annabelle gets 4. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No way, guys. No way. That's awesome. We did it. Once again, who rolled the most? Oh my gosh, Annabelle. Annabelle's going to be up the yin-yang with her willpower tokens. All right, but I mean, she has 3, so it makes sense. And inspect the region once again. So we only have 2 options here. Ask if you join the order or leave the banquet. Since we're doing so good with those ordeals, let's go ahead and ask if you joined the order. 36 Bravo. Have I joined them? They were the ones who joined me. Vitellius brags as he points to the guests. It is clear that it wasn't their intention. I mean, of course I, like many others, saw an opportunity when these knights arrived. You see, we are not innocent. However, when mortals subdued Cerberus and paraded him around unhindered, it became clear that the high power no longer cares, and I am not going to be left wallowing in the mud. I want to have the world again. Glutton's story is a summary of the poet's worst fears. Dante is right. This sacrilege needs to end now. The damned soul's boldness is growing, and there's no way to predict what might happen. Each champion received Invigorate 2 again. So we'll go up to 7. We're all above our starting now, and Gaddis is still at max. And proceed to resolution 36 echo once again, makes sense. And we're doing a ordeal of willpower 9. So we'll go ahead and roll here. Caden gets nothing. Sophia gets 2. Gaddisa gets 1. And Annabelle gets 5 again. Holy cow. No way. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to have Gaddisa take 1 to roll. Yeah, that's a 2. So that's a 9. We did have to take 1, but that's okay. He's still at 8. And inspect the region again. Oh, who rolled the most? Of course, Annabelle did. So she has 4 willpower tokens. Holy cow. All right, she's going to do a lot of things. Hopefully. All right, and now inspect the region once again. However, this time we only have this one left, so we will go to 36 Delta. Vitellius is so repulsive that you desire to strike him. Put an end to this madness, but the battle against a man of his size may not be so easy. Leave the Roman alone. Someone like him, who has nothing to lose, is the most dangerous kind there is, the devotee suggests, as if she were reading the outlaw's mind. There is the spirit of a leader in her after all. Descending the muddy hills to the sound of the former emperor's laughter, you make your way to the great arena. Built as a parody of the Colosseum, the Roman never saw this architectural wonder in his lifetime, but he knew how to conjure it from his fantasies. Place region card 39, 40, 41. At the foot of the Colosseum, you need to decide whether to go to the arena, to the dungeons, or to the stands. As a team, choose one of the options and proceed to its resolution. So 39, the Colosseum box goes into A5. 40, the Colosseum dungeon goes to B6. And 41, Colosseum arena goes into A6. So there we have the big old map there. That looks awesome. Let's proceed to the arena. Let's go ahead and go after the arena. The surroundings of the arena are crowded. Legions of damned souls drag the bulky figures towards the great Colosseum as if they were a defeated herd headed for the slaughter. Eventually they will all be here one way or the other. The realization that no one opposes Vitellius' plan leaves you apprehensive. Not even the Order. It seems that in this circle they were truly defeated, and you cannot tell if that is a good thing after all. Whatever's going to happen, it will not be long. The caravan takes arrived in time discovery card and place the region card 41, Colosseum Arena, advance the caravan to it, and inspect it. So we'll come up here to the Colosseum Arena and inspect it. However, first we'll take the discovery card arrived in time. At the beginning of the malefactor's turn, before the first of them, Cerberus, activates, the fiercest champion can make Dante's mono move 1 with climb. Alright, so that'll help something, I guess, during the confrontation phase. Alright, go to 41 and inspect it here. Finally, after an exhausting and arduous journey, you arrive at the arena, where countless souls are gathered, encircling the battlefield. At the heart of the chaos, Dante appears as if he is about to be offered as a sacrifice to the pagan god. The artist and the outlaw rush to his rescue, assigning the devotee and the mercenary to protect them. Champions, gluttons, knights, Roman legionaries, suddenly a chaotic battle erupts, pulling everyone into the carnage. "You bastards, this is not part of the agenda," Apicius shouts from the stands. "Arg then, unleash Cerberus! Let us feast. Do not allow them to take the delicacy away." So the carnival begins. The chronicle phase ends here. Now carefully follow the instructions provided on page 13 of the Book of Commandments to transition between game phases. Alright, so there we have the chronicle phase for Circle 3. Go ahead and join me for the confrontation phase against Cerberus, and I will see you later.